Welcome to IVA Spirituality channel. I'm going to talk about aloneness. A person staying alone without interacting any other people. That's aloneness. There is loneliness, which is lots of thinking, lots of struggling without anyone's support. That's loneliness. Aloneness is not that. Aloneness is not being happy with oneself or sad. It is simply being alone. That means not interacting with anybody. Anybody means not anything, any other living thing around him. Just staying without interaction. Why there is no interaction? That means if there is interaction, they have to speak. If they speak, they need to think. If they don't need to speak, they don't need to think. That's the reason. Thinking will happen before the speaking. If there is no speaking, there is no thinking. The thinking will stop there if you are alone. In the loneliness, more of the thinking, because a sudden separation of yourself from another person. That's loneliness, sudden separation. Now only you are separated and you are staying alone. That means loneliness. If you are staying for a long time, at least 3 months to 4 months, alone without anybody interaction, that means you are not speaking much to other people. That means not regularly one person. So if you are speaking with regularly one person, you are continuing of your life process you are going to share with that person. So in case you are staying in city and you have to interact the person in the shop, in the hotel, in the street, manager, something like that. Only few words you can speak, like the food you order. That's all you are going to speak in the city. But when you come back to room, you are not going to speak with anybody. That is like you are going to watch a movie. That movie is not going to do with you anything. That means you are going to watch that movie and you are going to enjoy it, but you are not going to give an opinion to anybody because you are not interacting with anybody, right? So when you watching movie, you are not going to interact with anybody. That means you are not going to think about that movie. You just enjoy it. When a person beside you, you will speak about that movie to that person. Then you have to think. So thinking stops there when you are alone. Then another reason is there is a lie. A person, in order to prevent the consequences of his mistake, is going to lie to another person. So if there is nobody, that means there is no mistake you are going to do, and there is no lie to any other person. So if you are staying alone, you don't need to lie to anybody. That's the reason. If any person in front of you, you have to speak the truth. But if in order to prevent the consequences, you are going to lie to another person. If there is no person, You are not going to lie to anybody. So in aloneness, there is no need to lie. There is no need to speak the truth with anybody. So these things are there. When you are alone, you feel like very dull. You can watch movies, you can read books, but the thinking capacity will stop there. Thinking capacity means more of the thinking. It will come down day by day. And this will become the feeling of strange, some different than before, something entirely different. If you stay around 3 months to 4 months in a room alone and you are interacting with the people for few things and you just come back to room and staying alone, that means the thinking capacity will be coming down. Capacity means think, no need to think. That's the reason. Overthinking, and it may be the increase of the worry and fear, because it will lead you to lots of things. The overthinking will lead you to fear, desire, and worry. The continuously changing of your feeling and behavior throughout the time. When you stay alone, this will come down, and when you are going to interact with somebody, that person should be like you, like calm minded. If it is not, the person is not calm minded, it's more of the problems that person is going to give you, and you have to ready for that. Also, there is several people, different kind of people, different kind of opinion about the life, but not like you. You understand when you alone lots of things that nobody is felt. That's why the spirituality is aloneness. The life teaches you the spirituality. The life is a teacher to you. It will teach. So when you are alone, the life is the master. It will teach you for all the people. When you are alone, that means you are learning everything by yourself. That means the teacher will teach you everything when you are alone. So aloneness has many positive things. Loneliness has many negative things. But before the aloneness, the loneliness you have to cross. But when you start alone, the loneliness begins there. And after that only it will convert it into aloneness. One thing you must understand, that in the mind, not in the person, in the mind, you must be alone in spirituality. That means you are not going to share the spiritual ideas or spiritual knowledge to anybody, right? Directly. They may have different kind of ideas, that they are not going to accept your ideas. They will have differences of opinions about the spirituality, but they are trying to change you, they think. But the thing is, they want to accept their thinking. They don't want to be changed. That's why they reject it. They want to insert something inside you. That will be very dangerous, because your knowledge, everything came from your experiences. The experiences is important in the spirituality. That experience has the strong and the strength in the spirituality, in the mind, to lead you in a right way. So these are all the things. That's it. Thank you guys.